Hello, in today's lesson we are going to learn how to find a percentage of a number. What does it look like and what do we need to do it? Let's say we need to find 50% of 80. So how do we do this? Naturally, there are numerous methods to calculate half of 80, but for now, let's focus on just one approach. It's essential to grasp multiple ways without neglecting any specific technique. So what do we need to do this? A very easy way for finding percentages of a number. So, in order to find the percent of a number, what do I have to do? I have to multiply that 50% by our number 80 and divide by 100. And then in the calculation, what do? Let's reduce 1 0 each in the numerator and in the denominator, and one more 0 each in the numerator and denominator. What do we end up with? 5 times 8 is 40%. The sign is also decreased and multiplied by 5, resulting in 40 when 8 is multiplied 5 times. Hence, when 50% of 80 is calculated, the result is 40. Now we can understand that when converting 50% to a fraction, we divide it by 100%. This results in a fractional number equal to 50%. And then I get 150 and 100 are reduced, and I have 1 second left. So 50% is 1 second. So, of course, if we go back to our example, we need to find 50% of 80 or 1 second of. And then we come to the realization that if we were to take one part out of 2, we would have to divide the number 80 by 2. Thus, by dividing 80 by 2 again, we can accomplish this. To calculate the quantity in one part, we multiply it by 1. So why 1? Well, suppose we need to determine how much is contained in one part out of 80. In order to do this, we can divide 80 by 2. When we divide 80 by 2, the resulting amount will represent what's found in one part. 40. 40 multiplied by 1 equals 40, a total of 40 times. The result is, what do we get? If we take out half of 80, we can then multiply 50 by 80 and divide the result by 100, yielding 40. Alternatively, 50% can be expressed as a simple fraction, which is equivalent to 1 second. And half of 80 also equals 40. This is the type of straightforward method you should employ when calculating the percentage of a number. Let's consider another example. We calculated 50% of 80. Now let's determine 20% of 80. What do you have to do that? I also find 20%. I multiply by 80 and divide by 100. And then again, in this record, it's very easy to divide a 0 and another 0 in the denominator. 1 0 at a time I remove, and once more I have the opportunity to remove, and that leaves me with 2 times 8. The percentages, of course, the sign itself is reduced and it will be 2 times 8. It will be. One way to calculate percentages is by multiplying them with a number and dividing the result by 100. With this method, you can easily find the percentages of a number. So you can apply this approach and get the desired result. Finally, our lesson concludes for today, and we bid you farewell. Until we meet again.